I can get across up here.
Okay, I'll find another way.
The video game Enslaved was expected to receive a sequel, but the hope of having over 1 million sales by November 2010 was erased. The game sold 460,000 copies by that date, and only 730,000 copies were sold by September 2011, so no sequel, unfortunately. Koudelka was supposed to be an action-based game, wanting to be something like Resident Evil, but due to internal arguments within the Soknath, the developing company, it turned out to be a compromised product. Speaking of Resident Evil, a former Capcom composer who was once hailed as Japan's best and brightest musicians turned out to be a fraud. Mamoru Samuragochi claimed to be deaf, but he was actually completely capable of hearing. Not only that, his work was being outsourced to another composer, Takashi Niigaki. The Grey Children in Silent Hill 1 are exclusive to the North American version of the game, and do not appear in the European or Japanese version. They are instead replaced by mumblers in these versions, as the Grey Children were thought to be too reminiscent of real children. In Arc the Lad, if you win 1,000 arena matches, the game will actually give you the following message. That is all the prizes in the storehouse. Now save the game, turn off the console, and go get a life. Now if you go back into the arena and beat one more battle, it'll say, "Hey, I thought it was tactfully recommended that you stop playing for a time, so perhaps this would be a good time to reiterate, save this game, then turn it off for a while. There's only so much money in the budget here, and we can't buy self-tanning lotion for every public-shunning, indoor-dwelling game addict." This public service announcement was brought to you by the letter A and the color green. Remember Goldenrod City's gym? Well, if you zoomed out, the obstacles are in the shape of a Clefairy. The cult classic game Ico for the PlayStation 2 is actually a pun on the Japanese word for let's go, Iko, which makes sense to the gameplay if you've ever played it. In Dark Souls 2, the blacksmith in Majula, Lenigrast, is slowly decaying and only remembers two things, blacksmithing and his daughter. Later on you recruit a woman named Cloanne, who stands near the home of the blacksmith, commenting that her father may have followed her to Drangleic, and that Lenigrast resembles him, but she does not recognize him in his hollowing form.
He's a blacksmith too, you see. The poor man's such a worrywart. But he wouldn't follow me out here, would he?
When you try and hack the game disc from Lunar 2, Eternal Blue, Zophar, the main baddie in the game, will address you personally with a secret audio clip, complimenting your evil doing to find the outtakes in the game. I will leave you now with the clip that plays if you hack the game.
Psst. You. Yes, you. I see what you're doing. Ripping XA audio from the CD, illegally listening to it without legitimately finishing the game. You wanted to hear those outtakes so bad, you couldn't wait. I like that. Cheating is good. You know, when you cheated on that test in school and thought nobody was looking, I saw it, and I remember. When you lied to your parents, and you thought you got away with it. You didn't, but I liked it. And now you're cheating with XA audio. Where does it stop? It doesn't. That's the best part. I have a place just for you. A nice warm place right at my side.